Welcome back. James here again with you. And today I want to do a head-to-head comparison of a 22 long rifle firearm in a rifle, Ruger 1022, with the 18-inch barrel, match grade, all that stuff, compared to a 22 cal pellet 16 grain out of the Beeman QB Chief. And the reason why I chose these two guns, you'll see here in a second, for accuracy purposes. But just a quick overview here. The bullets that I'm shooting in this video, which I'm not going to be showing any shooting scenes, just the targets, are CCI standard velocity 22 long rifle, rated at 1070. And I have chronograph results for the Ruger 1022 5-round group. I'll show you what I was getting with these. And with the Air Arms here, 16 grain 22 cal pellets, I'll be using the Beeman Chief for the testing, and they shoot around 830 feet per second. So 16 grain compared to 40 grain, big difference. You know, about 3.5 or 2.5 times the difference. Bullet weighs more, bullet's going faster. But what does that mean? Well, longer ranges, the bullet's unsafe. If you hit your intended target and that bullet keeps going, it could be dangerous and deadly. These bullets can travel miles, according to manufacturer. Pellets, on the other hand, especially these 16 grain, they'll travel a little bit farther than a lighter pellet, but out to 300-400 yards, depending on the speed, which I said 830 feet per second. These things aren't deadly at all. It'd be like getting hit by a pebble. I still wouldn't want to get hit by one, but big difference there. The bullet being a lot more dangerous, using combustion for the firing, gunpowder, air gun using air, HPA for PCP, high pressure air. A little bit different, they're both using the gas, but one is combustion and one is built up O2, high pressure air. So, let's take a look at the accuracy here and see if there's a huge difference at 45 yards, which all the testing was done here. So, the best group I could get with my Ruger 1022 here, I would call this Ultra Match because I super tuned it for the bullet and for me. The best group I got, all these, the groups for this video were shot today, around the same time and same temperature outside, so nothing changed. But the best group I could get out of that gun after it was tuned is 2/23 of an inch, 5-shot group, and that one outside the box is a cold bore shot. For some reason, this gun throws one cold bore shot every group once the barrel settles. But 5.67 millimeters center to center with a 22 caliber bullet at 45 yards, 22 long rifle. The best group I got with the Beeman Chief at 45 yards, using the 16 grain Air Arms, is a .1875 inch group. 5 shots. That's the reason why I chose these guns, because I knew the accuracy of them and I knew what they could do. One gun being factory, both guns are around $200, but the Beeman Chief factory is around $200, but with the highly modified 1022 Ruger, to get that good of a shot group, you can spend all the money you want unless you know how to tune the barrel like I do. you can be chasing accuracy, you know, spending money. But anyway, like I said, tuned barrel, ultra match setup against a $200 air rifle, not much of a difference. Let's talk about the bullet and the pellet again. These bullets are not real expensive. These are on the lower end of the 22 bullets. These are, I'm getting these for $3.47 a box of 50. That is, you know, not too bad, nothing to break your wallet about, but still expensive compared to match grade 22 cal pellets. I'm getting these for around $14 a tin of 500. 500 for $14. For 500 of these, I'd have to spend at least $35 plus tax. So big difference in price too. You've already seen that the accuracy is so close, it's minimal to even compare that, because unless you're shooting far distance, which if you're shooting anything past 100 yards, there's really no point in using the 22 cal anyway. Firearm, you know, or PCP, but some people can do it, you know. But anyway, without that being a factor, if you don't own a 22 caliber PCP air rifle already, I highly recommend getting into air rifles. Or if you have them already and you don't have a 22 cal PCP, I highly recommend it. I used to be a straight, pure firearm guy, like I had, you know, a break barrel here and there or whatever, but I've shot guns pretty much all my life, and I've shot a break barrel air rifle ever since, you know, that was like first or second gun I got, but I've also shot firearms too. And I have a huge arsenal of firearms compared to a handful of air rifles. So some of the concepts are the same for shooting wise, but you know, why not be able to shoot more for less? Literally, spend less money, be able to shoot more, get your trigger, you know, practice in, all that stuff. And to top it all off, they're quiet. Even though, you know, this Beeman QB Chief isn't moderated, suppressed, or whatever, it's still a heck of a lot quieter than a standard velocity 22 long rifle, which these are quiet anyway, but if you live in a neighborhood, you definitely wouldn't be able to shoot those. If you want to go suppressor on a firearm, you have to go through all the paperwork, $200 tax stamp. Even if you can get a suppressor in your area, buy the suppressor, you can have hundreds and hundreds of dollars wrapped up in just a suppressor for a firearm. On top of what the firearm costs and all that stuff, you have money in that. When you can go get one of these guys right here and be decently quiet, not too quiet, but decently quiet, or you can spend a little extra and get one that's moderated, suppressed, and all that, and have all the bells and whistles, and still get that superb accuracy compared to a firearm. So, anyways, guys, they say that, you know, once you go to a 22 caliber PCP and find one that shoots good, you won't ever touch your 22 firearm again. And I truly believe that. Now, I shoot almost all the time when I can. You know, the recent rains and stuff here in Indiana kind of put a damper on my range outside because my front yard looked like a lake. But I'm pretty much always shooting, you know, whether with the camera or without a camera. So I don't shoot my rimfires as much because my PCP guns are just that accurate and they're cheaper to shoot. So again, it just comes down to personal preference. Like I said, I used to be only firearms. I did get the break barrel out every once in a while and shoot it, but you know, 22 caliber PCP versus a firearm. PCP in my book's where it's at, 22 cal. You know, yeah, the firearms are great, but if you live in an area where you can't use them for hunting or shooting or whatever, or you just can't own a firearm where you live at, depending on government, personal reasons, or whatever, don't know, PCP 22 cal is equivalent, if not better. And like I said, this gun right here is around the $200 price point here in America, or USA, America, and it could put a 22 cal rimfire firearm to shame. So anyways guys, I'm going to leave you at that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again.